Welcome back, mathematicians. Per somebody's request, they wanted to see graphing in intercept form, so I'll go ahead and do that. So here we are. We're going to work with the equation. So say we have the equation y is equal to x 8 x minus 4. If that's our equation, okay. We're going to look for the axis of symmetry, the vertex, x-intercepts, y-intercepts, domain and range, increasing and decreasing, or what intervals it's increasing and decreasing from. Okay. So let's start with the easy part, right? So step one, if we'd like to have things in steps, is we're going to do the x-intercepts actually, right? So I think about what kind of thing or what kind of number I have to put in this term, this first term here, to give me a 0. So it's actually going to be 8. So again, I'm just thinking off to myself, well, what do I need? X minus 8 to equal 0. So what do I have to put into x to make this true? And it's going to be an 8, a positive 8. So I'm going to put a positive 8. Put a dot right there. And then same thing for this one. What do I need to put in right here to make this whole term become 0? And it's going to be a positive 4. Okay, so that's my first step. And that'll give me these terms right here. My first term is going to be, let's see, I put in 8 first, so it's going to be 8 comma 0 and 4 comma 0. Next thing I want to do is try to find my axis of symmetry. So I know it's someplace in the middle here. Maybe I don't know exactly. This one's easy enough that I could kind of see it's going to be right there. But let's say I don't know. I can use the formula where I subtract one x-intercept from the other. Doesn't matter which order, actually. So I'm going to subtract 8 minus 4 and then divide it by 2. And this is going to give me how many spaces or how many units I need to move to get to my center point from either x-intercept, right? So I'll simplify this. So this is going to be 4, absolute value of 4 over 2. Absolute value 4, again, if this was negative, it would just become positive, but it's already positive, so it just stays that way. And then 4 divided by 2 is 2, and there you go. So this doesn't mean my axis of symmetry is at 2. It means my axis of symmetry is 2 spaces from either one of these guys. So it should be right there, right? So my axis of symmetry is at x is equal to 6. Fantastic. So I'm going to go ahead and put my vertex down. I know my x term. I might need one other thing. So I need to find out where my y value is for my vertex. So let's do that. So notice that I don't put in 2 here. Again, I'm using the x value, which is 6. I know my vertex is someplace in the same spot or along this axis. I know my vertex is someplace along this axis of symmetry. Okay, so I'm going to just simplify this guy out. 6 minus 8 is going to give me negative 2. It's going to be 6 minus 4 is going to give me a positive 2. Therefore, this guy should be at negative 4. So I'm going to write my vertex at negative 4. Okay, so I can start to see I have a parabola here. Maybe I put some other terms down. Oh, let's put these terms in here for now. Let's see, 6, negative 4. I'm going to do, again, just 2 to my right, 2 to my left. This is going to be 5, 4. And then I'm going to work out those numbers, okay? So I'll go ahead and do that off camera. But all I'm going to do is plug in these terms into the x. Okay, so there's my parabola, so to speak. Sorry, it's kind of hard to draw. But so far so good. So again, I just plugged these points into my equation, and it got me my y values. But luckily for me, I didn't need to do anything for 4 or 8 because I already knew those were my x-intercepts, so those had to be 0 for my y value. Next thing I'm going to do is try to find my y-intercept. So my y-intercept, I can't really see it right now, but I know it's there. So this is what we'll do. We'll go ahead and plug in. So again, this is orange. Y is equal to 1 minus 4. Because if you think about it, any y-intercept is going to have an x value of 0. So if my x value is 0, that's what I'm going to plug in. 0 for my x value, right? So that'll give me my y-intercept. So this is going to be negative 8, negative 4, positive 32, right? So, and that makes sense, right? As even though I can't see it, I know that it's up there. So I'm going to say my y-intercept is going to be at, again, x is 0, y is positive 32. Okay, great. Next thing I need is my domain and range. So I want to look at my domain and range. And for any quadratic, lucky for us, we already know it's all real numbers. So I'm just going to draw it like that. My range in this case, it starts at negative 4, right? Starts at negative 4, goes to positive infinity. So I'm going to say it's true for all y greater than or equal to negative 4. As far as my increasing, decreasing goes, we're looking like this. So for increasing, again, if I'm on my graph, this side is increasing if I'm looking at it from left to right. So again, I can only go left to right. So it starts at positive 6, and again, this is a good indication of where that thing is. It's going to be at my vertex or at my axis of symmetry. I'm going to go from decreasing to increasing. So I'm going to go for, so my increasing is going to go from x less than infinity and greater than 6, and then x negative infinity to 6 again, right? So again, from negative infinity to 6, from negative infinity to 6, I'm decreasing, and from then on, I'm increasing. That's what that says. And that's it. That's how you graph things in intercept form. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you at the next video.